Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Serious Strategy Gamer and we're returning to a Let's Play of Hearts of Iron 4 Kaiserreich, of course, in the Union of Britain Let's Play. We've got a couple of things that we should talk about. So firstly, we are advancing down here in Africa. We've got a couple of guys that are trying to cut into this region over here, trying to basically disentangle all of these forces here from Middle Africa, the German puppet. On the other hand, we've just landed in Canada, so we are fighting very hard over here, actually against a lot of troops. We don't know exactly how many troops Canada and New England can muster against us, but I suppose it's in the order of 70 or so, whereas we probably are closer to maybe 40 units there, so significant advantage there. And of course, Germany and the Donauwbund are fighting against us over here. They are advancing a little bit here in Flanders. They are definitely getting areas back that we had before. So they're advancing into France a little bit. On the other hand, they are being advanced into from Denmark over here with a couple of different forces from Norway and even French forces. On the other hand, Soviet front mostly stable, I think. Maybe the Soviets are making some progress, but I'm a little bit afraid whether they will be bleeding themselves dry. So, we've got a couple of tank forces here. The tank army, 12 divisions, coming up over towards Canada, hoping to help out here. And I think that will be greatly appreciated. I'm very worried about this situation down here. We have a single infantry unit here, and we are being attacked from over here. So, I think we'll be able to win against these guys in Montreal very handily. But we will need to reinforce this, otherwise Ottawa will be a little bit isolated there. So, yeah, let's see about that. Right, and I think we'll just be able to restart again. Where do we have little organization? Okay, down here. You know what? You are fine, but I don't want to advance from over here because this is Liberia. I would somehow not really appreciate that. You guys are fine where you are, so that's okay. We really need to win this battle here fast so that we can get into the next province, and that would be great. Alright, naval result. Okay. Couple of convoys sunk over here. That's nice, but not really critical. Okay, we are winning here. That's good. And there are quite a couple of forces coming down here and hopefully helping out here, yes, and indeed reinforcements are getting into this fight. And that I think should seal the fate of this battle. We will definitely be able to win over here. Likewise over here we are being attacked and I think we'll be extremely good. Just look at this, 400 soft attack due to terrain, commander skill, experience, all of that. Whereas these guys have just a tiny amount of attack pattern there. So that's good for us. Victory against a couple of convoy ships, that's not really that critical. Ooh, the enemy has air superiority over Eastern Canada, but we are bringing quite a couple of air forces over here. So hopefully these guys will be able to deal with that, but I think we do need Montreal, Ottawa, or wherever the air base is there. Right, I'm still concerned about down here, 90% won. 91, we are winning, but very close, very shortly. Naval battle, oh, this naval battle has finally ended, finally. So this had been going on for bloody ages. So let's look at this. 11 destroyers lost on our side, mostly from, I would say, is that Italy and France? Hard to say. 1 submarine lost on our side, 2 cruiser lost, 1 dreadnought for them. That's not the big issue. The big issue is that 6 dreadnoughts are now free to roam around, including Canadian ones, 20 cruisers, 6 fast battleships, 5 heavy cruisers, 49 destroyers. Yeah, so that is a very significant freeing up of enemy forces. This battle here, I still think we cannot really get into this fight in any way. We just go on and on. So, yeah. Okay, over here something is happening. They are sinking or at least damaging some of our submarines. So that is something that we do need to keep in mind. Let's have a look at these submarines. Is that you? No, you, no, you. But you are being repaired. Okay, so you are detaching and that's okay. Yeah, I like that. Right. We've got a submarine over here. You're in reserve. You should join up with some of these guys, I believe. Right, and then we've got a couple of other ships that are around. Someone is reattaching to you? No, not really. Okay, fine. Right. Let's keep on going. I think Canada will primarily stabilize until we get the tanks over there. Really the big issue is down here. 96%, and I'm really afraid what's going to be over here. If there's nothing over there, then we'll be able to have a very good time, but of course there is. There are at least 2 divisions, the Middle Afrikanische Division number whatever, and some milites. So militia, basically. Right. Coming down here. Is someone coming up here? Could you gently make your way over there, please, and maybe? Maybe you should actually attack into this area. Good. Let's make sure that we are winning over here in a decisive manner. The organization is coming down, but you are being reinforced. We do get a nice upgrade on our artillery. That is very much appreciated. I think we could go for industry. Engineering, more radar. We don't really use that for now. Naval bombers, better naval bombers would be extremely good. Naval doctrine, I don't care about that much. What I do care about are escort ships, primarily due to better auto-loading guns. That would be a little bit ahead of time. But likewise, this one here, dual-purpose secondary battery, that is an extremely good, very, very good technology. And so I think what we're going to do is actually research these guys over here, a new destroyer type, which is going to be nice. It's also going to be based on this here, so that means... Is that why it's getting some benefits here? Well, that's nice. Let's research it. Right. Good. 64%. Yeah, we really need to kick out at least one or two of these divisions, and then we'll be in a much better position. Okay. So we do have a little bit more combat with over here that we could use. So let's use this motorized division here to try to do them. Also, we got medium tanks, new model here, the medium tank version 8 instead of the 6 version 6. I'm not sure whether that does make any sense, but that's alright. It is 1941. We could at least think about better infantry weapons. I'm tempted to go for mechanized, and I think that's probably what we're going to do. Likewise, military police would be fine. We have a lot of things that are in dire need of repair. Better light tanks would also be great, but not critical for now. So, you know what, I think what we're actually going to do there is go ahead with the mechanized forces over here. That should be okay. Let's have a look at our tanks then, and we have got these new version here. We do have a lot of army experience. I did actually save up a little bit on that. Let's upgrade the engine here a couple of times. I would also like to up the reliability so that these guys do break down a little bit slower. And I think armor is really the one that I do care about the most. And honestly, I think this is a very good model. It's fast enough to keep up with the motorized divisions. Could actually go a little bit slower even. Heart attack would go up significantly. Soft attack only by a little bit. Piercing would go up. That's good. Reliability. Can we go? Yeah. Okay. I think this... Let's go with this here. And of course this is going to be decommissioned because this is now the most current version, and I do like to refresh that because I had a bad experience once. So we are currently producing 15 per day. Oh no, that's because we are converting. So if we were not converting, we're producing 6 per day. That's alright. Let's go ahead and produce this gentleman over here a lot less. But that's okay. We do, however, need some tungsten, which we're going to get from Iberia. Yeah, there we go. Fine and lovely. Let's keep the naval results in mind. Just a couple of convoys sunk. That's great. More convoys sunk. Yeah, very nice. There's a battle over here. Submarines against their sort of mixed squadron. So I think what we could actually do is take this anti-submarine warfare group and extend its patrol pattern towards over here. We can reduce it from over here. I think that's alright. These forces are shipping out to Canada itself. That's lovely. We got a couple of ships that are being repaired over here. Shouldn't take too long, I believe. And mostly our forces are now established. Why are you suffering from attrition? I wonder. Bad supply. Okay, so I think we should try to expand over here. I think we are building up Quebec. Yeah, so the port here is being expanded. Let's also keep in mind some of the infrastructure over here. Hausaland, that sounds like it could be in Africa. And that would be good to, yeah, to upgrade. Bornu as well. Yeah, Munster though is just in Ireland, I believe. Still, this here has the highest priority so that we can get more supply into this area. So, how do we want to expand from over here? We've got a couple of guys over here, actually. That is nice. You are expanding into this region. I suppose I could try to cut you off entirely. We could try to circle around as well. Although, I don't don't think we'll have a lot of room there to maneuver around. There's no immediately important province anywhere over here that I'm really concerned about. So let's just... okay, you're going this way then. Okay, let's try to go that way. Yeah, and in fact, a lot of these areas here are impassable and broken. Alright, that should work though. And what I suppose what we could do is just tell you to be... okay, it's minor, really. Anyway, good. How's Africa looking? I know this is micromanaging to the hardest, but I think it is important just so, because it would be great to be able to get all of these guys here to be... Wait, you are going this way. You are... no. Do come down here. Do come down here, maybe. Whereas you can come down here, and this one gentleman here can attack into there just to pin them down. Or even go over here, pin them down, make sure that they're not reinforcing this position, and that should allow us to kick out this cavalry shortly after the infantry, and in the latest, I think, or at the latest, at the last, damn it, the other division there. Right, let's keep an eye over here, because we just sent in a couple of light cruisers here, and I want to make sure that they're not being butchered. Right, everyone else over here is fine. Ooh, you are... oh, these guys were trying to get in your way. There's no one over here, so let's simply try to capture that. And you guys here, you're part of this now. You guys, you're part of this. So let's forget about these things here. They are, I think, a little bit pointless. Tanks are coming up nicely. They will be there soon. Okay, we're being attacked here now. That's okay. But what we really do want is to kick this guy out of the war. Then this one. This should accelerate all the time because we are overwhelming them faster. Concentrating fire there. Right, so far only the submarines. We haven't seen our cruisers in action. It'd be nice if they got to this area now and started to do some damage. You're coming down here, that's good. Is there anywhere where we would say there are very few forces around? Not necessarily though, right? No. Okay, you sort of forgot to move over there. That's interesting. Oh, look at that. We could try to get over here and sort of cut these guys off at least. Yeah, just need to cut off. 91% down here. That's good. I think one of these units has already withdrawn, and it looks like the militia might be the first to fall here. Note that we have lost this battle down there, which means these guys might be reinforced, but they are not. And that, of course, is very, very good for us. If we can get all of these troops to go in there fast enough. You're mostly moving through the right. You're not moving south. Very good. I think we will be able to take them out. Come on. It's very slow going because this is jungle. And these guys here, they do have ranger, but not jungle red yet. So yeah, we'll have to see. Unassigned divisions. Ooh, very lovely. That is very, very nice. So this is the first bunch of our anti-partisan units. Very, very lovely indeed. Your job is going to be to guard this area over here, and mostly to take care of partisans. Okay, do we even need to... well, we're not. Okay, and you are you're the police, basically. That's what you are, and let's give you some symbol. I typically tend to like this one. No, this infantry to me. This doesn't really count. Let's go for this one. Yeah. Also nice, very nicely fitting to Ireland. Good. Right. Good over here. Some attacks down there. That seems to be faltering a little bit. Our tanks have landed, so that's nice. Where do we want to use them? Over here, of course, is slightly difficult terrain for tanks. It's some mountains and all of that. But then again, I think it would be great just to push up against these forces up here. So, you know what? your job is going to, your front line is going to be here. And your job is simply going to be to attack down here into Boston, Hartford, all of this basically. So do get over there and start your preparations. And then the other thing that we're going to do is we are going to make this here a little bit better. So let's take the Red Army, tell it to be again just focused on dealing with this stuff down here. Whereas the White Army is going to deal with all of the stuff up there. And hopefully that will lead to a slightly better situation. You are doing something stupid over here. That is definitely not viable. So let's make sure you're not actually attacking into there. That's good. Battles. Sea battles. I like sea battles, but they're not really ever that decisive. Well, they, of course, I mean, we had very, very, very decisive battles. But all in all, it just feels like you don't really get notification in the sense that you should. Bases in Eastern Canada are in low supply, and we will be getting this area lovely good, very, very good. Being under attack, of course, here, but with reinforcements coming in and expanding dockyards, nice. So we could go for something like Britannia rules the waves, never doctrine, merchant marine, Republican marines. Yes, amphibious invasion speed is nice, and we do have some, so that could be good. I'm thinking slightly Damocles project, so nuclear project. We don't really have anything in terms of bolstering our air force. On the other hand, getting a couple of these things here would be extremely nice. But all in all, let's go a little bit here for the air force. The air experience itself is not that worthwhile, but I do want to be a little bit balanced, and I think that's going to be alright. Good. Let's have a look at the dockyards. We're only repairing just one ship at this moment, so that's pretty nice, and we are refurbishing quite a lot of ships, so that is good as well. Everyone over here is sort of reshuffling and getting into different positions. That's okay. You over there, you've been kicked back to this position. Well, that's interesting, and we could actually try to come up behind these guys here. Well, although I think the tanks here are going to be the most interesting ones. This is only increasing very, very slowly. Can we actually do something like false attack, staff office plan, planning speed? Yeah, let's go for this. Oh. No, just autosave. Didn't quite know what that was. Good. Okay, you guys part of the police squadron now. Are you getting into Ireland? I think Ireland is a hotbed of resistance strength. So yeah, we'll need to make sure that that is fine. We've got a couple of guys over there in Reykjavik. We've got 2 divisions up here. You are mostly prepared. Let's try to see whether you can attack into Denmark. It's a single province here. Doesn't look too badly, does it? Why are you suffering so much? You're not really. Well, your base value is 50. Our base value is much, much higher. Okay, good. Yeah, let's try to get them out of this area. Down here, very little movement it seems, but at least they've beaten back the attacks over there. And I think they will be strengthening their base. France itself seems to be holding pretty nicely. No, not much change on that front, not much change on this one, and nothing at all happening in Italy. And no new news on this front is good news for us. So apparently we're also advancing really far away over here. Okay, I don't mind. That is nice. Can we get someone, you sir? Can you actually attack into here? And then what we do need to do over here is just sort of push in. Are you low on organization? You are not, but you will be soon enough, I think. Right, let's grab at least 2 of these guys. And the other 2. Try to advance along the coast down here. Primarily to make sure that we are getting some things done. Right, any other place where we can directly advance? No, not really. Let's just slowly bring this on. Well, all of this will settle itself at some point. Right, how are you guys doing? Of course, yeah, you're gaining quite a lot, so in 2 days or so you can attack. They lost a convoy. For the first time our cruisers were in battle, but apparently didn't shoot really anyone or anything. Right. You guys are part of the police. Can I actually ask you to be in the recruitment thing over here? To be part of these guys here, your low priority reinforcements upgrades. Let's actually do it like this. Yeah, I think that's alright. Good, yeah, and you are coming over. A lot of people are over here already, so we should see this here come down very, very quickly. Yeah, and that's going to be nice because a lot of these things are already damaged and I would like to repair them. Oh, more guys actually are not yet assigned. Right, that's lovely. Good stuff. Alright, yeah, we're definitely winning over here. And you guys, can you all just have an attack plan, just so that you also start to prepare? Good. Guys, Percy. It's not exactly your debut, we have been fighting in other places as well. But I would like to strike with these guys. And they are directly attacking to Cherbourg. We are low on supply, that is a big issue, but as we conquer some of these victory points, I think we'll be doing much better as time goes on. Oh, do come over here. You guys try to attack into here. That should be overwhelming force, and it is. And it should shorten our front line a little bit. Right, and as we are breaking through over here, we should see, well, tanks are advancing here. That's lovely. You're going sort of all over the place. I'd like it to fan out. I know this is hills, mountains and all of that, but if we can deal a lot of damage here, that would be lovely, wouldn't it? Yeah, lovely. That will create chaos in their lines and we will be able to attack over here. And the single division is maybe even able to break all of them. Although they are of course survivors from previous battles. Well, it's not that important. Right, 3 guys over here. None of these provinces is mountains per se, so... Oh, okay, there's sort of thing in between. That's okay. And one of you then can get up over here. Yeah, you all there. Very lovely. Look at this. This is so beautiful. Right, only convoys. And it was actually our cruisers doing some of the sinking off convoys there. It's not exactly what they were designed to do, but you know what? If they do it, fine. I love it. Good. We have more cruisers over here. I think I'd like one of you to join up with these gentlemen. And you there can actually go ahead and go over here. So we are sort of rebalancing that a little bit. Right, you are on the attack over here, but that's going to be alright. Everything's going to be alright, in fact. Good. Let's grab these 2 gentlemen. Come up over here. Sort of entrap all of them there. Lovely. Good. Very good. More battles? Kind of funny to have this symbol sit over there. Right. Good. Africa. Things are smooth. Unexciting. Uneventful even. Good. You guys. You guys. You're still attacking into that. Lovely. You're coming up this way. You are a little bit isolated, my friend, down here. We do need to keep an eye on that. We only have fuel for 57 days. But look at this. This is just beautiful. To be able to take out New England like this just by punching through once with our tanks. I love it. And you're coming even up on Boston now. So that's very great. This is a lot of guys. I think I would not like my tanks to be doing this actually. So let's grab our tanks. Let's sort of stop this attack there. And withdraw a little bit with them. Come up here. You are driving close to Boston. This is mountainous terrain. I don't want to move there with my tanks at least. Let's come up besides Boston. Don't think we want to take Boston out with tanks. directly anyway. We do have 3 dockyards, which is good. It's a sign we can refurbish some of our ships. I think we have most of our... We can actually check over here. And I think we should see that our cruisers are mostly... No. I thought we would have a very clear picture over here. But the Measureless class, the Emerald class, and the Resurgence class are not yet rebuilt. On the other hand, that might be exactly these guys over here. I think they are. It's not quite as critical because one of these guys is in fact alright for now, so or just being it's not actually wasteful is what I'm trying to say. Right, you guys are all fine, all of these wolf packs. Can I make sure that all of you guys are doing convoy hunting? Yeah, lovely. Good. We've got the destroyer reserve. We could simply ask you to be repaired. Most of you guys are slightly older though, so I don't necessarily think that's what I would like to do. Okay, we've got a ship over here. We've got a couple of very good destroyers, interestingly enough. Where did I get you? Serie B? Sounds almost like a friendship. I didn't remember acquiring any of these. Huh. Interesting. So that does leave all of these destroyers. And these guys are, when they are upgraded, they have very good anti-air. If they are not upgraded though, as maybe this ship is, they have very bad anti-air. And in fact very bad light attack, and all of these things are much, much worse. So that does lead me to the question, do we want to upgrade our design over here? So this design is, of course, what we're using now as an upgraded version. I don't think there is anything in particular that we immediately want to upgrade. But of course there is a question to be had around what are we researching right now and what would that change? 41 days till we get this. And then 80 days or so, slightly less probably, until we get dual purpose batteries. Dual purpose batteries are, in terms of light attack, a little bit better, but most importantly they do give you a huge anti-air upgrade. Piercing is not quite as good. Production costs are much better. So I'm slightly hesitant to build up our convoys, our ships now. It just seems a little bit wasteful. So I don't know whether that is a very, very good idea. All of these destroyers are very good. Submarines, we don't have any scope for upgrading you. But yeah, you know what? I think we do want to upgrade our destroyers. It's probably going to be an extremely quick refit for most of them, but that should be okay. Good. We have just, I think, a minute left over here. So let's see. We are taking it to here. We don't really fulfill all the combat with that we could. Is that a Soviet-Russian division? Why are these Soviet-Russians always over here fighting for our wars instead of just being at home and dealing with what it needs to be dealing with? Okay, you are all alright. Let's try to get Bangor, Victory Point province over there. You are coming up towards Boston, that's lovely. You are also doing your thing there, that's nice. Oh, you're now being under attack over here by a very significant amount of divisions. Interesting. Whereas Boston itself is not so much subject to attack yet, at the very least. Okay, we do have some forces over here that are plugging these gaps. You are doing an attack that maybe is a little bit pointless. Try to do an attack over here instead. And that should be pushing out our boundaries slightly. Right, Africa. Mostly quiet. Mostly. So I think that's an okay sign. You're attacking there, you're going this way, that way. This is a little pointless to be doing that huge detour. You know what, we could actually attack into these mountains. It's going to be very, very hot and all of that, but I think it's okay. Right, and have you gotten any urban assault, jungle rat? No, nothing really. Okay, too bad. How about you, sir? Are you advancing to any of these things? 300 out of 1,000. That's not really great. No. Alright. Good. How's the war in Europe looking? Italy holding out. stable front on the western... Nothing. No news on the western front. Right. And yeah. Nothing really. I'm afraid Soviet Russia might collapse at some point. Our logistics, we are losing infantry equipment. But I think that's mostly because we are, again, building up a bit of military police. Speaking of military police, how is Ireland looking? Yeah. This is starting to look much better. Much better indeed. So what I'm going to do in between episodes is I'm going to reshuffle these guys to make sure that it's mostly the Irish things that we are prioritizing over here. Because we do know that they can be rebuilt and that should be alright. Cornwall? Oh no, that's just building it up. Edges, Ulster, Leicester. Yeah, so once we know all of these, we will be Munster, of course. We will be reshuffling that and just make sure that everything is very efficient, as of course it should be. We're taking here. That's okay. There is some oil down here as well, which I would really like to grab. 16 oil, that's not to be laughed at. These guys are still in supply because they do have a harbour over here. But that is part of the province that contains all of these 16 oil, so I would rather take it from over here rather than from over here. Well, maybe that's alright. You're going there. You are slightly withdrawing over here. Maybe it makes more sense to come up that way. Yeah, hopefully they will surrender soon. Let's have a last look on the war over here. So German, I always like to ignore the capitulated ones. Enemy still fielding about 2 million more troops than we are. Still their losses are mounting. They've got 6 million more losses than we have. Commonwealth of Canada is actually collapsing a little bit over there. New England not yet. Dominion of India is interestingly enough doing a slightly worse. Kingdom of Poland not quite on top of things. All of our units are fine. This war here is also seems to be a perpetual one, as of course this battle here is. Right, how are our navies looking, specifically you guys? Someone is reinforcing with you. You are generally doing fine though, so that is very lovely to see. Very good. So I say thank you very much for watching for today. Let me know what you think of this little tank breakthrough. Isn't it extremely beautiful? But on the other hand, am I overlooking anything? Oh yeah, maybe I've driven through mountains. That's not ideal, but we might as well come up from over here. You know what, one of you are going to come down here directly, because these guys are seemingly in trouble, at least a little bit. Our armor is of course providing superior to them, but yeah, we do need to come down there. Right, that being said, thank you very much for watching guys, and I do hope to see you around next time. Bye bye.